This message comes from Charles Schwab. When it comes to managing your wealth, Schwab gives you more choices, like full-service wealth management and advice when you need it. You can also invest on your own and trade on Thinkorswim. Visit schwab.com to learn more.
We want to share a little behind-the-scenes thing from our other jobs, producing Wait, Don't Tell Me. It's something called the breakfast rule.
Here to talk about this with us are host Peter Sagal, who you all know, and Lorna White, who is our technical director.
Hi.
This is very exciting to be on the air with Lorna. This never happens.
This never happens, unless it's a mistake.
Oh, well, there you go. This isn't a mistake, but it could have been.
It could turn into one.
Yeah.
Could turn into a mistake.
Very quickly.
Lorna, I should say, is with us because when it comes to avoiding mistakes that might get the show canceled, Mike thinks of Lorna as the last line of defense.
It's true.
Like if you're comfortable with that description.
I'm comfortable with being the mom of the show.
I'm not comfortable with it because I don't know what it means. What is Lorna defending us from?
If there's ever anything that is on the line, and we're still uncertain about whether or not it's going to offend the audience, Lorna is often one of the last, if not the last person to hear the show before it goes out. So if her radar goes off, then we know we have to address it. So in that way, she is the last line of defense.
So we have this rule, which is called the breakfast rule, which is how we decide whether or not something is too gross to go on the air. If you were eating breakfast while listening to whatever story, how grossed out would you be? Recently, there was a question on the show that made the show, but there was a part, I was editing this, and there was a part that happened at the end that I found to be the funniest part, but it also felt like, I don't know if we can put this on the radio. First, let's just take a couple minutes. We'll listen to what ran on the radio. This is the edited version.
Peter, times are stressful, we know that, but the New York Times has offered advice for achieving, quote, nirvana. Just do what?
Subscribe to the New York Times.
No.
I'll take a hint.
It's okay. I mean, not only do you achieve absolute inner peace, you also find out if you have polyps.
Get a colonoscopy?
Yes, go get a colonoscopy. A writer was finally forced by his advancing age to get a colonoscopy, and he discovered that they're actually wonderful, a secret known only to all the people who have gotten a colonoscopy. Why do you think we're smiling all the time?
I'm sorry, I've had two. I do not agree with this sentiment. I like the being knocked out and not being awake for it, but have you prepped for a colonoscopy?
Well, here's the thing. So most people who enjoy colonoscopy, it's all about the drugs. They give you the procedure, you're out, you wake up, you feel good, it's okay, you feel good for the rest of the day. This guy even loved the prep. That's when you have to drink gallons of horse laxative until your organs liquefy and exit your body. He says, quote, it was as liberating as a spa day. He called it, quote, my diarrhea vacation.
Oh,
unquote.
my God.
And I will admit, it is kind of fun to discover that your own body is a clown car. I had no idea how it all fit in there.
You know, people get on the New York Times for so many political left and right reasons who they support. This is the last straw for me. I'm not interested in their opinions on colonoscopies.
Yeah, this guy is going to be so amazed if he ever takes an actual vacation. You mean I don't have to spend all day lying next to the toilet? This Wisconsin Dells is heaven on earth.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
All right.
For me, the D word is always on the line.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Whenever that shows up, I'm never sure I want to hear it. But okay, so I'm going to play now what we cut, and it'll just pick up at the very end of what you heard.
Oh, okay.
And you'll
Wisconsin Dells is heaven on earth. Of course, he got into trouble because my diarrhea vacation is the trademark for Carnival Cruises, and they got mad.
I had norovirus once.
Really?
I would not describe it as nirvana.
No.
It was
But
quite painful.
You did say that like a character in a film noir movie. I had norovirus once. It's the most fantastic week of my life.
Those were the days, my salad days, where salad literally came out of my butt.
Yeah.
So, Lorna, would that have crossed your line?
Yes, I think it
Really?
would have, based on how visual it is.
Oh, it does paint a picture, yeah.
Salad coming out of your butt is a little too visual.
I will say that it was fun for me to listen to that because I remember the material that ended up in the air because it ended up in the air. But my mind just erases everything that happens during a taping usually. So I had no idea what was going to come next and what was it that that finally ended up crossing the line, the breakfast rule. And it cracked me up that it was Nagin's long walk to that remarkable destination of salad coming out of one's butt. It was, so that's what it was. Yep, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I can see how that would be a problem, especially if people were eating salad for breakfast.
Salad coming out of your butt. I think I would have kept that if I were editing it.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think I would have kept it. What do you think, Lorna? You think I would have kept it?
I would have questioned it. You would have kept it. I would have questioned it
Yeah.
heavily.
I like what we've done here. That we so what we did is because one time we removed someone talking about salad coming out of their butt.
Yeah.
We have now successfully added 10 additional times saying salad coming out of a butt into the NPR archive.
It's true. It'll be there.
It'll be at the Library of Congress forever.
Yeah.
Okay, so in conclusion, this is the breakfast rule. Salad coming out of your butt. That is too much.
We just said it again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And I'll just one more time, salad coming out of your butt. You can use this in your own life, I think.
Yeah.
To decide if something belongs there or not. If you're dating someone and you can't eat breakfast without being disgusted by the thought of them, I think it's time to break up.
That a person would violate the breakfast rule.
I know some people that could.
Are you talking about me?
This message comes from Jerry. Noticing your car insurance rate creep up even without tickets or claims? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry handles the legwork by comparing quotes side by side from over 50 top insurers so you can confidently hit buy. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Jerry even tracks rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Don't overpay. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/NPR today.
Support for NPR and the following message come from HomeServe. It never happens at a good time. The pipe bursts at midnight. The heater quits on the coldest night. Good thing HomeServe's hotline is available 24/7. Call to schedule a repair and a local pro will be on their way. Trusted by millions. For plans starting at $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
This is How to Do Everything. I'm Ian.
And I'm Mike. If you have a question for us, you can send it to us at our email. Our email address is howto@npr.org.
Autumns has a question. Autumns, what can we help you with?
Yes, so I have a very unique name, and I'm wondering how to, kind of change it to make it proper to the situation, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we just said your name. It's Autumns, but I think for the purpose of this question, we should have you spell it for us.
Yeah, so it's autumn like the season, AUTUMN with an apostrophe S.
The apostrophe is part of your name.
It is. So my first name obviously is Autumns, and my middle name is Hope. So it's Autumn's Hope.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. My dad, decided to make it a super easy one, right?
Wait, so what did teachers call you when you were in school?
Yeah, I always go by Autumn just because it's less confusing. But every time I got handed a report card or now anytime I do anything legal, people get very confused and they look at me and say, oh, hang on, there's a mistake. And I have to go, no. The mistake was made at my birth certificate, jokingly.
If I were writing about something that was yours, if I were talking about your car, say, would I write AUTUMN''S''S car?
See, that is exactly my question. That's exactly why I contacted you guys, because I've always wanted to know that, since it is inherently possessive, but of my middle name, how do I go about making it possessive of other things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
I do, and all their names are normal.
No, really? Like what?
Yeah, really. So my mom wanted to name me Autumn Rain, and my dad thought that was too hippie, so he put the apostrophe S instead, because that's less
too
weird.
hippie?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Autumn's Hope was the non-hippie choice.
Apparently, although it didn't work because I ended up a little too hippie for his taste too.
What are your siblings' names?
Yeah, Clinton Edward, and then Kimberly Diane.
I feel like those are the exact opposite of your name.
Right.
I don't know. There's a missed opportunity. You could have been Clinton's Despair. The perfect person for this is Mary Norris.
Norris is spelled, by the way, there's no apostrophe before the S.
Mary Norris has been a copy editor and proofreader with the New Yorker magazine for decades.
So, Mary, we just got off the phone with someone named Autumns, and that is spelled autumn like the season, apostrophe S. The apostrophe is part of the name. First of all, can we just get your response to this as a name?
Her name is a possessive?
Yes, that is correct.
It is.
That seems like a mistake.
That's what Autumns would tell you, too, and she's had to tell everybody that. It's not a mistake.
Oh, my. It's interesting because the world of the web and, digital world rejects apostrophes every chance it gets. But it wouldn't make sense to spell it without the apostrophe either, would it? I think she should change her name.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. If she didn't change her name, just grammatically, if I wanted to talk about something that belonged to her, would I do Autumn apostrophe S apostrophe S?
Autumn's is?
Yeah.
Well, I think that would just make it worse, don't you?
What would you do? Yeah.
What I would do, I would draw the line at the double apostrophe S. No.
Okay.
You can drive yourself crazy with this stuff.
Can I ask you, Mary, so we're coming to you as our kind of ultimate authority on this, right? When you're in a similar situation as we are and when you don't have an answer, who do you turn to?
I turned to the person who was my boss at the New Yorker at the copy desk. Her name is Ann Goldstein. I turned to her.
Okay.
Can we conference her in? Could we bring her into this call and see?
I wouldn't know how to do that.
I could probably figure it out. Hello, Ann?
Oh, hi. Okay.
Hi, Ann.
Hi, Mary.
All right, Ann. We have called you here with a specific purpose. Mary says you're the person above her that she calls when she has a grammar question. Is that right?
Yeah. I don't consider myself above her, but she would call me, yeah.
Okay.
Office hierarchy, anyway.
Well, yes, in the office hierarchy, that's right.
Great.
That's right.
Okay, and what do you think about that name, someone with that name on their birth certificate, Autumn apostrophe S?
Okay. It's not a clerical error.
She insists that it's not.
I think people often think it is, but no.
So if you were going to write it out you were going to say, whose car is that? And it's Autumn's car. How would you spell that?
Oh, that's really a trick question.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will put another apostrophe on. Wait a second. I have to look at this.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you put another apostrophe S, it looks like a typo.
Well,
It
yeah.
may look like a typo, but is that not the right answer?
You could argue it either way. Is the truth of the matter? I guess it's a New Yorker. We would put apostrophe S because we made a ruling about the apostrophe S at a certain point.
Okay, so what's the consensus? Do we have consensus here?
I can see. I know. I mean,
We don't.
the consensus is that anything goes.
All right, thank you both. Mary, thanks again.
It's so interesting. That's a very
Isn't it?
interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm glad you sprung it on me.
Oh,
Sprang it on me. Sprang it on me. Excuse me.
Oh, hold on a sec. Mary, is it sprung or sprang? Which is it?
Sprung, I believe.
Oh gosh. You know what we should do? It seems like the available punctuation marks are not sufficient for Autumn's unique needs.
Yeah.
We should make her a new punctuation mark.
Something she can use whenever she needs to indicate that she has possession of something. Something is hers.
We're going to bring up a punctuation expert to try and help us. This is Keith Houston. Keith, when was the last time we got a new punctuation mark?
Oh, the last successful punctuation mark, I guess, was probably the exclamation mark. It looks like it was around about the 14th century, but it's not really clear. It's not really clear where it came from. I think there's a suggestion that it comes from an exclamation of joy in Latin, which was io, so I-O. And you can imagine how with maybe the I ends up above the O, perhaps the O gets smaller and smaller until it turns into a dot. And at this point, this is where, in the mid 14th century, this is where it was first proposed, and it seemed to become more common into the 15th century, and then after that point, you're pretty close to, well, that's only printing. That's when printing appears, and so it was lucky enough to appear at the point at which it could be standardized.
Okay, so Autumn's. First of all, let me just, as someone who has looked at punctuation throughout history, what is your reaction to Autumn's name?
It is a bold choice for a name, I think, on the part of her parents, and I can see her problem. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to deal with, especially when you're dealing with possessives or plurals.
Yeah,
and your name ends in apostrophe S.
So if we were to come up with a new punctuation mark to something just for Autumn, where would we begin in creating a new punctuation mark?
First of all, you have to describe what the mark needs to do, and then figure out what it's going to look like. So, I don't know. Imagine, perhaps we want a mark which looks like, a plus symbol with a diagonal line through it or something. And this indicates something belonging to autumn, for example.
Okay.
If you're lucky, that might already exist. So there's this organization called the Unicode Consortium. And this is when it gets really exciting. We get to talk about big NGOs. And so the Unicode Consortium has responsibility basically for standardizing the set of characters that computers can exchange. And in doing so, they more or less, they don't control language. That's far too strong a way of putting it. But they are the final gatekeepers before a new mark of punctuation or a letter or a number or any other symbol can be used on the majority of computers around the world. So you need to design your mark, you need to describe what it's going to do, and if you want to be able to type it on anyone's computer, if you want Autumn's special mark of punctuation to be available everywhere, you have to convince the Unicode Consortium that it's a good idea. And they have a whole set of criteria. You have to write this little formal document, send it off to them. Perhaps they'll call you to ask to discuss it, and if you're lucky, the Unicode Technical Committee will decide to include it. And at some point in the future, it then becomes ratified, it becomes a standard mark. And then if you're if you're even more lucky, then all of the companies that care about what Unicode say, like Google and Facebook and Apple, all the companies that actually control the text that we can see and we can type, perhaps they decide to add it to their fonts. And they can do that because Unicode has said this is a standard mark.
Okay, but it starts with Unicode.
Yes. And it ends with Unicode in some ways.
Is there someone at Unicode you recommend we call to start this process?
Mark Davis was one of the founding members of Unicode. He would be the perfect person to talk to about this.
I think it's amazing just that the person in charge of exclamation marks and question marks is named Mark. I think that's an amazing thing that's happened.
I've been writing about punctuation for 15 or 20 years now, and I have not thought of that previously. I am disappointed in myself.
Okay, all right. Schuyler has managed to arrange it. Mark Davis is on the line with us now. Hey, Mark.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. Can I pitch you a punctuation mark?
Go ahead. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right, here you go.
All right. Yeah, we have a we have a listener who we need a new punctuation mark to denote possession. That we would like we would like it to be part of Unicode, part of the universal system we all use as soon as possible. Can we do that?
That would be very hard to do, and I can outline some of the reasons why it gets very tricky to do. But the chief issue is that you have to really show a lot of usage before it becomes a candidate for inclusion.
It's kind of an emergency.
There are very few character emergencies that we've had.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll give you an example of one is when there's a new currency symbol. And those tend to be things that are emergencies. Another one was when the Japanese emperor died, because in the Japanese calendar, the era name for each emperor is a new symbol, and then that gets encoded, and that was something we rushed out very quickly so that it could be added to all of the operating systems so that they could actually show people dates with the right era symbol. And as I said, currency symbols are another one where there's those would constitute emergencies.
So if our caller, Autumn's, if she were to become the Emperor of Japan, it's possible then that you would come up with a special punctuation or a special character for her.
I can say with almost 100% assurance that if she became the Emperor of Japan, that she could get her symbol into Unicode.
All right. Okay, well, there's a path forward, even if it's an unlikely path.
Okay, there you go.
Well, that does it for this week's show. What'd you learn, Ian?
Well, I learned that maybe I didn't think creatively enough when naming my children.
Okay.
I felt, for whatever reason, whatever shortcoming, I felt confined to the 26 letters of the alphabet.
Yeah.
When really there was all that punctuation I could have played with.
That's true. When you think about it, when you're typing on your phone, there's a button you can push, and that opens up a whole nother keyboard full of opportunity right there.
Yeah. Meet my daughter, #Jennifer.
And, this is my son. It's an unpronounceable, super strong password.
Peter.
Yes.
Peter, what did you learn today?
Oh, I learned about what it is that triggers, at least one of the things that could trigger our breakfast rule, which is foods remaining in their original form, emerging from the human body.
Oh.
Right?
Wait, so the picture you have is
the reason I
pristine
agree,
salad.
Right. The reason I agree with the decision to cut Nagin's joke is that the image in my head was actual salad in its leafy form, multicolored,
Yeah.
And that's what I thought of. And that's a distressing image in my head, and so that's why I agreed, with your decision not to broadcast it.
Yeah, I guess like digestion is the editing of the body.
In a weird way. Yeah, we want to make sure you don't want to see it in its raw form.
How to Do Everything is produced by Schuyler Swenson with technical direction from Lorna White.
Our interns this week are Anne and Mary, who are joining us just for this 1 week from The New Yorker.
Send us your questions, whatever they may be, to our email address. That's howto@npr.org. I'm Ian.
And I'm Mike.
Thanks.
This message comes from Rosetta Stone, If you have travel coming up, like a spring break or summer vacation, imagine arriving actually understanding the language. Rosetta Stone has been the trusted leader in language learning for over 30 years, with millions of users and 25 languages to choose from. Ready to start learning a new language this spring? Visit rosettastone.com/NPR today to explore Rosetta Stone and choose the language that's right for you. This message comes from eBay. The worst part about loving cars might just be buying them and all the parts. From Toyotas to Aston Martins, eBay has thousands of cars and the largest online selection of vehicle parts and accessories. eBay, things people love.
This message comes from Bombas. When you're playing sports, you're focused. Your socks should be too. Bombas engineers socks to fight sweat and cushion impact for every sport. Visit bombas.com/NPR and use code NPR for 20% off your first purchase.